Hey guys, Asian TV here, and welcome back to a new video. When I mention original Nickelodeon TV shows, I think about SpongeBob, Rugrats, and Hey Arnold. I've talked about a little about SpongeBob, not at all Rugrats, and I haven't talked about Hey Arnold yet. Hey Arnold, in specific, is a slice-of-life cartoon about a kid named Arnold who lives in the big city. Today, I'll be reviewing the Season 5 episode, Summer Love. This episode shows character development between two important characters in the show. But before I talk about that, I have to give a rundown of the show because I haven't really talked about it yet, so let's get into it. Fun fact for you guys, but I actually was supposed to make this video a year ago, but things got in the way with life and stuff, and by the time I was ready to make it, summer was already over, so there really wasn't a point to making it. But here we are, a year later. Anyways, again, Hey Arnold is about the main character Arnold living in the big city. He lives with his grandparents in a boarding house, more on that in a little bit. Similar to regular show and Adventure Time, there is a very distinct love triangle between Arnold and two other girls from his school, such as Finn with PB and Flame Princess, and Mordecai with Margaret and CJ. But no one talks about Arnold being a simp, but whatever. One of these girls is Helga, who's a main/secondary character in the show, who secretly loves Arnold but doesn't want to tell him and bullies him to interact with him the most. The other girl is Lila, who doesn't love Arnold back, but he still has feelings for her, blah 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 blah. Arnold throughout the show in this episode 2 has dealt with girl problems, which prompts the plot within this episode. Now the episode begins with Arnold's school being released for summer vacation. It's funny before summer vacation because they say that they have a week off, which is usually formally, known as spring break, not summer break, but I don't know, that just got me. Now, in case you haven't watched an episode of Arnold, which you may have not, depending if you watched when you were a kid, luckily the episode reminds you that Helga is a malevolent human being towards Arnold, but behind his back because, she loves him. Then we transition to Arnold and the people who live in the boarding house, going on a week-long vacation to the beach, which is the main setting for this episode. Perfect time to tell you what a boarding house is. Man, well planned, future self. Basically, a boarding house is a house with many rooms that the owner lets people rent out to live with them. In Arnold's case, he lives again with his grandparents, and the others that live with him is an arrogant construction worker named Ernie, a shy cooker, Mr. H, and a married couple who don't get along that well. And while no, they are not a blood-to-blood family, Arnold still considers them family. With that in mind, the family travels to the beach. They rent out a beach house for the week, where two families can live in it at once and spend the week to relax. Each person has their own plans. Arnold wants to enjoy the beach by himself. Oscar wants to go metal detecting. Mr. H and Ernie go pick up some waifu. Sorry, not waifus. They try to get the attention of some woman. But to sweeten the deal and add some love drama, Helga's family, coincidentally, are also spending the week in the exact same rented home as them. Man, didn't see that coming at all. But Helga has been way too rude towards Arnold, especially in front of people. This is her first chance, right? Her only chance, not the only, but a good chance to finally spend some alone time with him. Heck, he is literally by himself on a beach, like destiny brought you here, Helga. But no, we need that love drama that like I said earlier.
That is a fantastic sandcastle.
Thanks.
My name's Summer. What's yours?
Arnold.
Well, Arnold, you must be a great artist because that's the best sandcastle I've ever seen. I bet you'd be a shoo-in at the sandcastle competition at the beach festival this weekend.
Sandcastle competition? Now remember, Helga, just stick to the plan. Apologize to Arnold, even if it kills you.
Well, we really...
Gosh, oldest trick in the book. Flirting. We need to start a movement, ladies and gentlemen. Flip Mordecai. Flip Finn. No. Arnold is the true simp. Come on. You're really going to fall for this? Pfft, I've seen better on the internet, people. Trust me. With all jokes aside, Arnold quickly falls in love with this girl named Summer. Get it? The episode's called Summer. Her name's Summer. Get it? Summer Love. No, okay. While Helga and Arnold are doing that, the rest of the families are doing their own thing. Both Miriam and Susie take some dance lessons. These two have a lot of commonalities, mainly being both are collective about themselves and are left home by their husbands. So it's nice that we actually see them having fun. Grandpa goes a little nuts. Big Bobby boy. I'm sorry, I couldn't not write that. But yeah, Big Bob, he gets some extraordinarily bad luck for him because, you know, karma. And Ernie being buried in the sand, blah blah blah. But the next coming scenes are Helga ruining Arnold's day with Summer. She pops the raft they're on when they're in the ocean, throws bread around them for birds to swim around them, puts a live crab in her hair. That's the sort of thing Helga does whenever Arnold's with a girl who's not her. She's super self-centered about herself, and I get it, she's nervous and shy, doesn't want to tell Arnold because she's not ready. But let the kid breathe a little bit, like, geez, I thought you loved this guy, jeez. Right before Helga attracts the birds to attack them, Arnold admits that none of the girls at his school are like her, and he's happy that they were friends and they met each other. Even though they only met for like a day, but okay, Arnold. So, yeah, you heard it, he confronts Helga. But there aren't many times where Arnold confronts Helga for being a rude piece of trash. And it's hard on Helga that he's furious with her for messing with him all day. But Helga gains some confidence and wants to apologize for what she did. But that's before the plot twist comes into play. So just to sum this up, Helga finds out Summer is tricking Arnold to compete in the sandcastle contest and uses the benefits of the winnings to start a career in acting with her real boyfriend. And hearing this is like, wow, she's really going to abuse the feelings of a random stranger. Arnold's very emotional, so it's just weird how she's willing to abuse this kid's emotions. Again, Arnold already deals with love problems where he wants to find the perfect one. And hear me out, I think the reason Arnold wants to find a love interest is primarily because his parents aren't around to show him affection. Don't get me wrong, he has a family. It's just that for him, it may not be the same. But maybe caring for someone else would barely fit in that gap where his parents are gone. In an attempt to first gain his trust and second, save him from being crushed by Summer, Helga spends the second half of the episode trying to convince Arnold she is a scum. She flirts more with Arnold and he tries to ignore and distance himself from Helga. She even tries to get her boyfriend to act out as a stranger, complimenting his sandcastle to make him say yes. Naive Arnold just accepts her request to be a team in the competition, and the next day, they go to the contest and are ready to make the ultimate sandcastle. And do you know what the whopping prize is for this? You go on national television. You know, how cool is that? National television. But before in the final time she needs, Helga exposes Summer once and for all by eavesdropping their conversation. And Arnold's face just seems spaced out and betrayed.
Sorry, Arnold. You were right the whole time, Helga.
Anyways, Helga and Arnold work together to build the best sandcastle as they take home the prize in the competition. And they both go on, what is it, Babe Watch? Let's see this for myself.
And action.
Move over, Barbie. I've got this one.
Okay, man, Helga. She really wanted to seal the deal with that one, huh? And like that, with their own antics and fun, they all go back home, and that's the episode. Summer Love. Honestly, this episode is really good. It hits more for being a show I grew up watching, possibly, and just to see a development between the lovers. It's also another Hey Arnold episode that, for what it's worth, was decent in doing what it needed to do. There, however, are a few complaints I can make, like, if it was a 23-minute episode, but it kind of dragged on. It could have been cut down to 18 minutes, but at any rate, it's nothing to go out of your way to see, and it's something at all to, like, complain about. It was just good. For the final lecture, Arnold is the true simp. Flippin', what's his face? Finn, Mordecai. No. Arnold is the real simp. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you want to see more Hey Arnold reviews, let me know down below in the comments. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!